Rory Linkletter, making no bones about it. It's a Canadian record chase on Sunday. How are you feeling about 45 hours out from the gun here in Chicago?
Yeah, better than I felt a week ago, you know? I feel like the taper is always a scary thing. You go through all the emotions of, did this hurt on my last run? Am I nervous? Am I anxious? Like, am I really ready for this thing? And I feel now, like, as the race gets closer, like, more anticipation and excitement than anything. Training went great, so I'm excited for that.
Is, I guess, getting better at handling those emotions of the taper, is that something that's kind of progressed with you as your marathon career, as you've gotten more experience, that doesn't get in your head as much, I guess?
I think it changes as you get more experience. I thought I would have told you going into this build that I'm over that type of stuff because this is my 13th marathon, but this race, because of the stakes, because of how much pressure I'm putting on myself, quite frankly, is I've felt kind of like a new level of angst in my body, and I've worked through that, and I feel better now. So,
what, I guess, is the impetus for putting that pressure on yourself? Like, you didn't have to come out here and be like, I'm going for the Canadian record, potentially the North American record. Like, I guess, why be so bold and open about that?
I think this is a sport that if a tree falls in a forest and nobody's around to make a sound, like, no one's gonna promote you more than you can promote yourself. So for the sake of my career, I feel like it was the right move to do. I feel ready to do that. Like, when I was younger, I probably would have been more conservative with that approach because I couldn't have handled the emotional pressure of that kind of gravity of a moment. But at this point in my career, I feel ready to have those, I guess, big swings, and I feel confident that I'm emotionally mature enough to handle the pressure that I'll put on myself, and that I can look at it one of two ways. I can look at it as, if I fail, like, I put this out there, or I can look at it as, like, accountability on the course. I know that a lot of people are rooting for me. I know that I have a lot of people that believe in me, and I can let that lift me up, or I can let it tear me down, depending on how I look at it.
How's training been for you coming into this one?
As good as you could ask for, really. Healthy, consistent, high mileage, great workouts, yeah.
Yeah, I know the last time we talked was in LA when you ran that 1500, and it's kind of sounded like you had plans for more races on the track this year, but that ended up being the only one after that. Like, kind of what went into, I guess, your racing schedule? You ran half coming into this one. But...
Yeah, I didn't know what my racing schedule would be all the way through the summer, but we picked Bix 7, which was in July. Then I did Edmonton half, which was the Canadian half champs, in August, and then we thought about squeezing another race in between Edmonton and here, but opted for the training. I feel like there wasn't really like a race that popped out, so yeah, it was more just the opportunity wasn't there.
I know you guys are joking about it in the press conference, but you and Connor basically going for like kind of the same time, the North American record hopefully coming with that. I guess, how much do you guys, I know you guys are in different training camps now, but like, how much do you guys stay in touch, I guess, coming into this one, and like, how much fun is it going to be when you guys are out there on the course battling on Sunday?
We texted a few times throughout the build, checked in on each other. I follow him on Strava, he follows me on Strava. We kind of know what each other are doing at all times, I think. I know who Connor is, like, to his core too. I feel like everybody that watches him can kind of feel his energy. He wears it on his face, he wears it on his sleeve, and I mean, we will be rooting for each other, but also competing against each other. And I think it just depends on how the race unfolds as far as like pace groups go. But there's a world where we're both very successful in our own minds, and we can celebrate after.
If it comes down to a tight finish between you guys, are you going to be drawing confidence from that 1500 you ran in LA?
I mean, yes and no. Like, I always feel good about my speed, but I mean, I know this guy's fast too, so it's definitely not gonna, like, if I'm gonna be battling with him, it's gonna be more a battle of wills than a battle of wheels. I feel like it's gonna be, who's run a smarter race, who's ready to like dig deeper, and that's exciting. So
yeah. When it comes to Sunday, do you have like a target through half, or just kind of see how
At
the race
least
plays out?
at least under record pace. Like I'd say that you have to kind of have a wide net. You have to cast a pretty wide net in order to like make room for human error, right? Like it's a pace job. It's not a robot like car that's leading us out at exactly like with a line on the ground that we're following. It's a human being leading us out, and so it is what it is, right? So I think anything under record pace is good, and anything down to 62 flat would be fine.
Awesome.